Oh,
This meeting
oh,
is being
happy,
live streamed.
happy New
Uh,
Year's
I
Eve,
think I,
everyone.
I think
Look at
I've
this.
got. I hit
Look at
something.
this. What we got here. This is my guest tonight, Crypto Gunslinger. Oh,
This
oh,
meeting is being
happy,
live streamed.
happy New
Uh,
Year. Oh,
I
and you
think
know
I,
what? And you
I
know
think
what?
I've got.
I got to do this. What we got here. I have to mute. My.
I
I
know. I'm hearing all kinds of stuff. I'm like, we got a mix going right here. I'm fixing to start singing.
always do that. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, happy New Year's Eve. Uncle V here. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I am out of roll. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. My apologies. Uncle V here, with the sunglasses, the gold chain with the epic coin on it. Yeah, that's me. We'll go out a roll because tonight I have a special guest. And as this is titled, it's titled Crypto Gunslinger and Uncle V on New Year's Eve. What could possibly go wrong? I don't know. But oh my goodness, if you have not met a human being in your life who you walk away from and you say, I just met a force of nature. Well, you're going to meet one tonight. Crypto Gunslinger is one of the most amazing people that I have met through crypto. The guy has one speed, it's full speed. And the guy is probably the hardest working man in all of crypto. I'm going to let him tell you about his business, his methodology. He's going to do some chart analysis for us. And just kind of a humble brag. I'm just going to let you show you my chart analysis that I have done. And Crypto Gunslinger has pretty much learned everything from me based upon my chart analysis here. But enough about me. This is about Crypto Gunslinger. Welcome, Rescued Car Collective and Timothy Cook. Bring on 2022. So
a lot of
go ahead. A Crypto Gunslinger. I just want to introduce you because first things people are going to realize is that you have the most amazing voice in the world. And second thing is that you have the most amazing voice in the world. So on to
so nobody really likes for me to sing. I've been picked on since day one about my singing so much at the beginning that I just stopped. I said, okay, you want to pick on me? And I told people, I said, I'm going to get y'all so good one day. And they didn't understand what I was saying, what I was telling them, but I did. And it's coming, and they just don't get it. So, I haven't really practiced a lot tonight and with my singing and stuff. So I think we should stick with the charts. I know people would like to see epic. So I think, if when you're ready for you, if you're gonna give me a screen, we'll go straight to epic because we got to keep.
Let's do this first. Let's properly introduce you. Why don't you just give people a little bit of backstory about who you are, what you do, your company, and then we can dive into some of the fun stuff, the chart analysis and such.
Okay, do you want me to take the screen and show them epic so they can look at the epic chart while I talk? That's what I do. No, we're good. We're good. I was just kidding. You give them something to look at, keep them around. Anyway, backstory is
they're looking at me with my nice epic coin Alix made. So they're cool. They're cool.
You don't walk around like in all like out and where people can get to you with that thing on, do you?
Oh, you know what I did when I went down to Miami? I wore this. I was with my buddy Pooch, and I just gotten this, and I walked in, and we went into this bar. It was at the first Epic Cash conference. We went into the bar, and I just walked around with this. I had one dude open up a conversation, ask me about what is that. He is now an Epic Cash holder.
Wow.
And I went down the elevator with a member of the, we ate at a really nice restaurant. When I got in the elevator and I went down, there was a dude who plays for the Miami Dolphins who was like, dude.
Oh, wow. Yep, I can see that happening.
Really nice. I can't name, but he is also now an Epic Cash holder.
There you go.
We're starting to get spread amongst the NFL elite. So, wait a minute, Crypto Gunslinger. I have. Wait a minute.
Oh,
is someone in the house?
I hope. Uh-oh. Yeah, they're getting in the house with you because they're gonna come behind you because I'm watching behind you now. That's the only thing I got. Good.
Hold on. I think someone's joining us, Crypto Gunslinger. Hold on. I think this is a special guest.
Oh my goodness. Hey, country boy.
Are you hiding too?
I'm hiding too. I'm right there with you.
Hey,
I tried getting on here and I couldn't even get on. I couldn't figure that out for a few seconds.
Hiding's very cool because it's very mysterious.
I know we're a mysterious bunch, huh?
That's crypto though. You cannot do crypto and not be mysterious, Uncle. If you give it all away, nobody will listen. Like pay attention no more. That's what I learned.
well, I wanted to invite my daughter on. She is going over to her mama's
New Year's. Yeah.
But she wanted to come on and just say hello to you because you've been one of the most supportive people in all of crypto of Alix. So Alix, I'll just leave it.
Yeah, that's my country boy, y'all. And I don't think anybody else is allowed to call him that.
Y'all, did you hear her say y'all? That's not what Florida people say, I don't think.
When you come from around Plant City area, we have some cows and we got some strawberries and that's about it. And so
you sound like you're born and raised from the same place I was born in. Well, no, I wasn't born but raised. I mean, really. I mean, the up in the mountains here. I mean, you could just go there and you could talk like they do, and they wouldn't know the difference. They'd be like, you'd be like, I'm from here, and I'd be like, she's from here.
Mine's not quite as cool though. I mean, I got to get the growl to it.
Oh man, it's good to hear from you. Be careful out there tonight. There'll be crazy people out there, of course. So hopefully your dad told you to stay away from the cities.
Tons of people. Alix has about, what do you have, about a 3/4 of a mile to your mama's house, Alix?
Oh, 1.4.
Oh,
there you
go. Well, don't eat chili and drive tonight. I know that it's chili night tonight.
Chili night. I didn't know that. Oh, yeah. That's over at the house.
Yeah, Alix's mom. I'm remarried, but Alix's mom has a tradition on New Year's Eve to where they have chili night, which is a really cool tradition. And
chili and game night. You can't forget game night. I'm about to kick some butt. Uh-oh.
You gonna throw it down, Alix?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, everyone, this is my daughter, Alix. She makes these epic cash coins, and she has just done an amazing job with these. And I asked her if a Crypto Gunslinger has just been one of the most supportive people, and I know
my favorite person I've met through crypto,
I heard that she's running.
I had to come and say hi.
I heard that she's running out, and if you don't order one like in the next 24 hours, it's going to be 4 times what she's charging right now. You better go get one.
Y'all hear
That's what I heard. I had to do it. I don't know what else to say about it.
That's right. Well, now you ordered some of her other work, Crypto Gunslinger, for your mama, I think, and some, Did they enjoy them?
Yes, I did too. That was one of the things when I got home, because I had it all shipped home, and my mom had already looked at it, most of it. There was some of it that she hadn't opened yet, but there was some of it that I think Alix had made. So that I told her, I said, this for you, and some of it was for my aunt, which had to be taken to her. So so it was. I just all laid it up, and then it's beautiful. And there's obviously sometimes I mention other coins and somebody comes in and like whips me and says, no, Epic. Not really, but that's what I have. When you'll see, if when I pull them up my charts, I look at everything. You can see this, the little bit of Discord you saw. I look at a lot of coins. So they all have logos, and my first thing was to go, I want an engine coin. That's honestly, she'll tell you that's one of the things. I said it's the same, it's the E, you just got to turn it a little bit different.
Alex, have you gotten the JPEG for the engine coin?
I have not, but I did get picked on because I asked him, I was like, do you like that coin because of the cool colors and stuff and the way the logo looks, or do you like it for the coin, actual crypto of it? Oh, I got picked on.
Well, I think that should be your project number 2, engine. I'm thinking Crypto Gunslinger probably gets you into the right people over there, honey.
Yeah,
probably.
NFTs. That would be you know, you don't even have to be into up coin specific. You could just grab a couple of NFT coins that specific that focus on NFTs, and that's art. So that just brings the artist to you. So it works.
I had thought that with these custom coins, one of 100, that she should have taken a picture of each one and also given that JPEG to somebody as their NFT. But
You could.
yeah, but
Y'all think I can work a computer like that?
I
Come
know,
on.
girl. Believe me, I have the same problem, you know, because I have art that people always tell me, hey, you should make, you should make that NFT, and I'm like, why? I'm not going to sell it.
Oh my goodness! Hold on, time
we got somebody else here.
I'm out. My dad, who's in his mid-80s, I love my dad. He has never watched this show because he just hasn't been able to figure it out. But my brother Tom is with Dad, and Tom Pittner, I see you in there. You said Dad's in that.
Oh my goodness.
Alix, say hi to Grandpa.
Hey, Grandpa. Hey, Uncle Tom. Hope you guys are doing good.
Oh my goodness!
I wish they could talk back to us.
Yeah, I wish they could too, but that's awesome. Tom, thank you for doing that. And look at this, Tom. Look at this, Dad. So this is the epic coin, the stained glass coin that
Gotta
Alix.
show them the iridescence.
The oh, see the iridescence. I don't know how you show iridescence, but we are
Good try.
Alix on just for a short bit, and then she's going to go over to Mama's and have them some chili and game night. But I have a special guest tonight. His name is Crypto Gunslinger. He's the hardest working man in crypto, and he's going to teach us a thing or two about charts tonight. Things that just like make my eyes glass over.
We're going to stick to logic tonight, but I want to ask your dad a question. This is your dad, right? This is your dad?
Yeah. Let's
what do you think about
3 generations?
What do you think about Alix being a blank screen with some letters on it? Well, I don't know what you see. Am I Scott with a blank screen too? This
You're
has to
Scott
be
Crypto Man.
This has to be disturbing to somebody that just got on here and like, what the hell is going on here?
I'm the only one that is willing to show my handsome mug. You know,
I think an older generation would wonder what the hell. Why don't you show yourself? In a way, kind of. But I would like to say, I would like to tell your dad, because I don't think it's important to watch me. And you'll see when I show my screen, I can bounce around and show you my charts and stuff. And my voice is important, not some little thing down there. And I'm not. Everybody does it a different way, but that's just kind of the way I got with it. Now, one day will I sit with my hair all pretty and my legs crossed with some of those shoes where, like the yacht club down by the bay. Oh, hell yeah. With those sunglasses on, I got better sunglasses than what you got, Uncle. Those are pretty hot right there.
Come on.
I like them.
Dad,
I like them.
Dad,
I think Country Boy and I are like, we're just trying to be secretive. I'm trying to be lucrative like he is. And sorry, Grandpa, Uncle Tom, y'all know what I look like. So I think
we can come out as avatars, and that'll be the next step. We can create characters for ourselves, but they'll be different.
My channel has dealt with so many privacy coins, and everybody wants to maintain their privacy. So I'm really used to interviewing avatars, thumbnails, just the name. But that's okay, man. How horrible would this show be if I just had my avatar? No one would want. That would just be the worst ever.
I do it. I got away with it. I never showed my face from day one. I
know, but you have other skills that I don't, brother.
He's got the voice to fall back on.
First live room, 12/31/2017. My very first live room.
Wow.
XLM started to moon that night. They were having a party.
Well, look at this. Alix, I know you got to run.
I'm okay for a few more minutes. I'll hang around for a little bit. I'm just going to listen though. Y'all have important stuff to talk about, but I'm going to hang around for a little bit.
Good. Well, this is going to be good, Scott. Why don't you give a little bit of backstory? You can share your screen. You can talk about what you do, but okay. I just want everybody to know that there are people like me in the world of cryptocurrency who, excuse my language, don't know shit. My channel has been dedicated to newbies, people who just, know how to spell Bitcoin barely. And is it one word or two words? I don't know. But this channel has been about documenting my journey for a year now. And about 7 months ago, I got introduced to Max Freeman, who is the founder of Epic Cash. And if you followed me for a while, I pivoted to where this kind of has become the Epic Cash channel for good reason. But through that process, I ended up meeting this force of nature who I have on as a guest tonight, Crypto Gunslinger. My daughter calls Country Boy. She's the only one who can call him Country.
Yeah, that's only for me. Otherwise, he'll be mad at me.
My mom has a nickname for me too, and I only let her call me that.
But Scott can literally go in and read the tea leaves of these graphs and be able to provide indicators for his subscribers, for the people that listen to him, to be able to do day trading within crypto. I know nothing of it. I literally, it scares the crap out of me, but I want to learn more. So I've been asking Scott for about 3 months now to come on, and he agreed to on New Year's Eve, which just made my year. So Scott, I'm going to hand this over to you, Crypto Gunslinger. I'm going to hand it over to you. Okay. And let us know what you do and how you do it, and show us around.
Taking a screen.
Take the screen, baby.
Tell me what you got.
I got a chart in front of me, man.
Does it say Epic Cash?
Epic Cash.
This is oh gosh. Oh, yeah. This is Epic Cash. Okay, so I'm showing that I can pull up a chat, which is not important to me. And I'm just gonna go with my screen because I'm used to a certain kind of library. And I got you in the corner, so I can still kind of see you. So the thing is set up, but if anybody tries to send me any messages or anything, I'm not clicking any of these buttons. Just to let you guys know. So I don't think it's set up that way. Epic Cash. Coin paprika. Now, Mr. Uncle, where do you go look at your you call it a graph, I call it a chart. So a graph to me is more geometrical math, like school. When I did a graph, and I do and more engineering, and that's graph to me. This is a chart. Okay. So that's the big I'm just going to say some things, because when you introduced me, you said because I said a couple of things that I honestly don't do. Day trading. We don't really day trade, because
okay, that's good to know.
And the thing about it is day trading is what you think is day trading, what I think is day trading, what Alix thinks is day trading, what your dad thinks is day trading, what everybody else is watching this room. Everybody has a different definition of what it is. So a lot of people think that day trading means that, we stare at the charts all day, and, we're always like trading and clicking the button and making money and all that. That's what people think. I don't do any of that. I mean, I really don't. I mean, I work all day, and I do look at the charts in a process in the morning and at night and go through them and look for opportunities. But most of the opportunities don't play out in a day or 4 hours or 2 days or whatever. Sometimes they do, and you have to know what to do when they do. So you could buy something, and then like 2 hours later, they're pumping the living shit out of it.
Right.
So you could call it day trading, but most times that's not really what I teach about. No rush into crypto. So, one of the things no rush into crypto means is slow down, get educated before you involve too much money in this. And that's one of the things I do. So anyway, and then
this is a constant message of his, a good message.
And then indicators is another thing for new people. Indicators. My mentor, which is these guys in Texas that I learned for Forex. You asked me a little bit about my past. We'll go over that a little bit. But the indicator, don't be an indicator junkie. Don't use those things. Those are institutional tools to fuck your brain.
Oh,
Can
wow.
I say that word?
Whatever you want.
Oh God, your dad's here. I'm sorry. Poo-poo coins, poo-poo coins. Poo-poo coins, XRP, your brain. I'm sorry. Dad, I do apologize. I forgot you were here. I absolutely forgot you were here.
Mama Macho Camacho's in the house too. Hey, Mama.
Oh, gracious. Oh, gracious. Crypto. Okay.
That's all right. She's heard it all before.
Gonna have to have soap in your mouth after this one, huh?
I would think that your parents and their age, they've definitely heard that word before, but maybe they weren't expecting it to come through their airways right there. I was okay. So let's get
11 kids. I think that they've heard that before.
Yeah. So the thing about the indicators and the MACD and the crossover and I'm going to just name some that you've probably heard. The death cross.
Right.
The golden cross.
Yes.
Very emotional. The death cross.
Right.
What's it do to you? Makes you emotional. You're scared.
Totally makes you emotional.
The golden cross. You're going to get a Lambo.
Yes.
Okay. So you get it? So now you have a MACD crossover. Two things cross over and magically you make money. Institutions, bankers.
Okay. So there's a they behind crypto.
Well, in a way, because, now you could look at this chart and a lot of people come in and, they'll go back and forth about, and here's the thing, you can go, let's just move all this. We're looking at a chart and let's just go back over to the fundamental side.
Okay.
So why am I even looking at this chart?
Because you love me.
But why? I'm a chart man.
Yeah.
I understand a chart and we'll look at the chart a little bit, but there's let me do this.
We got Bob Marley going on up there too.
Where do you see Bob Marley at? Oh, up here. This is y'all good gracious. That can be very old.
I'm playing with you.
I know. They always tell me to clean all this up, and I kind of do sometimes, and then I go back through here, and then some of this stuff is just really old. So hold on just a second. Now this is what's important, you guys. We'll go back to Epic because what's important is these are my real charts, and I can't if I type in, and I haven't tried it in a while. Let's try
Epic.
So, crypto Epic, and this is where Max comes in. Somebody, we got wrap death, but the problem with that is unit swap, and some people do that, but you'll see that there's not even a chart there, so I can't get to it right here.
Right.
So I cover. I've got 1,000 charts on here. Every coin, all the coins.
Wow.
Gold, silver, Forex, stocks, BTC, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And now here's the thing, you guys, especially if you're new. And then just roll up to the big one that everybody pays attention to. Obviously, how people start with me and where I teach from is BTC, because you can be a investor. You can collect sats. You can be long-term, short-term. This is the one that controls the market for the most part. Okay. So, do you notice that I have not one BTC chart, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You want to keep going?
Why?
Why?
Well, one thing is all the different exchanges. This is Forex. So this one closes over the weekend. So this is a little different on Forex side.
Okay.
And then I can go to perpetual contracts, which is a little different. Now, I don't trade a lot of these charts, but I use them to do chart work. So I can do different chart work over here and teach and do a live room. And then I can jump over here and have a little bit something else different and do a live room. And then I can just keep jumping. But the exchanges are important as well, because you can see here, and it depends on how much you know about crypto. How important is Coinbase?
Pretty important, I would think.
Okay, now let me click to the next exchange. And so you get different stuff going on different exchanges, but you have to know which ones are important and which ones aren't. So now you got forex.com. Most people don't even know that chart exists. Okay, so this chart stops over the weekend because Forex shuts on Friday and doesn't back up till Sunday night. Most people don't know that as well. Crypto doesn't stop.
No.
If you're gonna get to the crypto through the Forex market and ramp on this way, they're gonna shut your accounts down over the weekend. So you have to be careful with that. I don't know exactly how they had that set up. I don't really access my crypto that way. So you got perpetual contract. This is another chart to do some chart work on. Now you got Bittrex. How important is Bittrex as an exchange in crypto?
Well, based upon the chart work that you've done right there, I'd say pretty important.
Okay, well, Bittrex is not as big. There's liquidity issues if you put your money on Bittrex. it'll move things around very easily, like Vitex.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll just take this back to the we'll go back to Epic real quick and we'll talk about that big old candle if you want to.
Yeah, I want to, and I have some commentary on it. So
okay. So on Bittrex, this exchange, which is an American exchange, and a lot of my Americans use this one to trade USD because they used to not have a lot of USD, just like Coinbase, and now you can just trade straight USD, which means you can take something, you get 50%, take it out, pay yourself, boom, it's over with. You're not a holder, you're not an investor, you're making money. You can also do that with
back the bus up on that. So that means, like, let's say that I invested $10,000 in BTC and it goes up to $20,000. So now what are you talking about as far as USD taking some off? What you just explained, just
okay.
Make it not gibberish.
Say that I bought $100,000 worth of BTC at 50. I got it at 50,000, and it went up to, let's just say it went up to 71.
Okay.
Which is it says 47%. Just say it's 50%. So how much money did you make?
25.
Huh?
Wait, you bought 100. Oh, I'm sorry, 50.
You put 100 grand in there at 50 and it went up 50%. I made it real easy for you, but you're in your brain. If you put 50, there you go. You don't have to worry about the price or what you paid or anything. You put 100 grand in it, went 50%. You sold it. You made 50%. Did you really make 50%?
I don't know.
After you pay taxes, did you really make 50%?
No.
Yeah. So you have to consider that. And a lot of people don't think about that. But if you're going to deal with something where they can track you and they can watch everything you do, and I'm not going to say anything else, you better make sure you take care of that because there's a tax bill on there. If you're in Portugal, you can get around that in other places. That's a whole nother story.
Right. But so basically, if you're going to sell your Bitcoin, you need to round up for taxes, or you need to consider it with your net. Your net is not going to, in that case, 50 grand is not 50 grand profit.
Like 46, like 46.
All right. So if you buy $100,000 of the Bitcoin and it goes up 50% over New Year's, boom, 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 and you sell it and you go and spend $50,000 on partying,
you're screwed.
You're negative. Yeah, because you didn't take care of a lot of other stuff before you spent all that money. So now that's exactly what people will forget. Now, it's not always the case, and that's why people invest and hodl, because longer term you pay less taxes. In the States, a few years can create a difference. And then obviously if you hodl and never sell, you never create a tax situation.
Yeah.
So there's reasons to do different kinds of strategies here, but this is Bitcoin. Let's go back over now. I want to go back to Bittrex and I want to talk about Wix. I want to talk about liquidity. Now, Bittrex is one of those exchanges where you'll catch them just flushing. One of the most recent ones.
What do you mean by flushing?
I'm about to show you, and I think one of the most recent ones would be Ethereum BTC, which a lot of people know. And it's just a cross. They take Ethereum and cross it with BTC, and it's one of the major crosses. And you can see the wick.
Yep.
Okay, so is that not what happened to what everybody kind of got real upset about?
Yep.
We'll go look at the wick. So, is it abnormal that this happens?
Oh, I'm sorry, that was not loud.
It seems like it looks abnormal.
Well, it is abnormal in a way, but what I'm saying is it abnormal that Epic did it? And
well, I have a little inside baseball that I think there was a on purpose with intent, someone like literally during my live stream wanting to give a middle finger and had a lot of Epic. And
you like that flashing back and forth?
That looks good. Like the mushroom looks pretty good, huh?
Yeah. So you can do some backstory, but this is the thing: is where I want to chill everybody out.
Okay.
Is what I'm trying to make a point is this is the major cross of crypto, and it did the same thing, not at the same time. This happened overnight, and the reason this happened is Bittrex, the liquidity. is tough over here. So the same thing can happen on a bigger scale that happened in a way over here. You can give the backstory, but this may have been caused by
Is that
liquidity.
called a mushroom?
Yeah, you could call it. I just drew around it so you could see it on the drawing tools over here. You have to come over here, and I don't. Obviously, this
is it called something? Because if not,
no, just the red wick just means that somebody just sold a lot right away, right? Scott, Crypto Guns.
Yeah, most likely. What it's hard to tell because I haven't dug into actually did like the inspector crypto gadget on it or nothing like that, which you can't. I mean, there's people that can do that. But I assumed that somebody most likely decided to sell and just hit like market or something, and the market makers took advantage of them and pushed it all the way down here and cleaned up all the books, because that's what happens when you get a chart. And I know I'm probably saying things that maybe you're like, and you should do this. I had a discussion in one of my live rooms. We'll stop right here and talk about this, Uncle, and people. When you're reading a book and you come across words you don't understand, what do?
Look them up.
Do you really?
No, you take cues. You guess based off the cues.
Okay, so how long did it take you to get to the point where you said, you know what, if I'll stop and really look them up, maybe I'll understand what's going on?
Right. Yeah, valid point.
So now when I'm talking and I say something and you don't understand, if you let me keep going, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so do you understand the book or what I'm trying to explain? So sometimes I'll get going and I have to slow myself.
Sure.
You'll catch me do that because I understand a lot and I'll try to break it down logically. I think it's important. Gibberish, logic. That means slow down. Yeah, I mean, slow down to me and try to make some logic out of what is going on here and what happened. And what I think most likely happened is somebody decided to sell. Maybe it was, and you'll be able to provide that, and I'll listen. In the middle of this, and maybe it was malicious, and karma may have like bit them in the ass. And I wish I'd have been sitting there to buy some. That's all I gotta say. And I was driving. I was driving back from the holidays, but I wish I had no idea. And I pulled it up and I looked at it, and you can see this plays into no rush in the crypto. If you were sitting here and wanted to be a buyer, and then all of a sudden you're like, dang it, I missed it. They brought it right back to you, didn't they? And you know why? Because what happens in these order books and these exchanges is these orders and these wicks, they have to be fixed. If they go up too fast, and I'll show you a good example. Watch what happens. They went too fast, so they came back down. So that's, if you think you missed it, you always wait. If you think you missed it, that's your buy zones. Now, Now here you go. So you've done it. You got a great entry. You feel good. You did it. You did. People get real anxious with time, but that's nothing. Yeah. That's nothing. Okay. Right? So you're happy. Now you get greedy, and right there you do it. And now they do that candle, and you realize you really didn't know what you were doing, and you freak out and get all emotional about
everyone gets emotional.
Yeah.
So may I ask a question for us newbies?
Okay.
So, people that have joined in, we know nothing about any of this. As you know, I call it gibberish when I don't know what I'm talking about. So I've had people that I've brought on board ask me if, oh my goodness, is this something we have to worry about? What's going on? Do I need to pull out? I tell them no, but also, as all y'all say, I feel like I'm moving up in the world if I say I'm not a financial advisor. So this isn't something where people need to freak out and yank all their money out and think they're going broke, right? Or is this something that can bounce back and be okay?
Well, we know, just back up, and this is what you have to show people. Are they willing to learn what this chart means and how price moves? Because no matter what you tell them, it doesn't matter if they don't trust it or understand. So you can fall back on the fundamentals. Like, a lot of people will do is like, well, it doesn't matter because of the fundamentals. But so the fundamentals that you're talking about is going to produce a number over here on the side of this chart to tell me where it's going to go, because it's great and wonderful. So it goes to 1,000. Well, who the hell made those rules? So, I have to, for me, I'm an accountant. I have an accounting degree. We'll go back a little bit into my past accounting degree. I started law school. I hated it because they told me I had to write a bunch of papers. And I said, oh, no, mom, no, switch it now, please. I'll quit. That's what I told my mom. I called her. I said, if you don't switch it right now, I quit college. I will not do this. So I went to accounting, and then eventually, taxes is where I was pulled to eventually with my accounting, just because of the nature of people getting XRP. Dad, I won't use the F word, Mom. I say XRP, and you probably don't know what that means, but that's a really bad poo-poo coin.
Yeah.
And then poo-poo coins are what you will see people run around in crypto land calling shit coins, like Doge and Shiba. There's 2 new coins for you. You don't really want to know about. Now, here you go. You guys that are looking at this chart, thinking about this chart. And, the first thing, with a chart like this, and we'll just do Epic. I can do all those charts over there that I showed you too, but I can do any chart.
Yeah.
When you first come to something, especially for new people, and if you get new people, and, if you're not going to use the chart, you're not going to think logically about this chart. What am I supposed to do with you?
I don't know how to screenshot on my computer, but I wish I could right now.
I mean, Uncle, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to help? That's where I get with it, and then the day trading and then the indicator, they are important because they're like your tools. Just think of you're a fisherman. You don't have to be a day trader. You don't have to look at these charts all day. You don't even have to understand half the shit I know.
Yeah.
But you should know something if you're going to put your money in. So do you have to believe and trust everything I do? No, but I have a lot more experience than you. So it would make sense to me that you kind of like followed along.
I like your advice.
So now here's what happens with me is there's a lot of questions people, and some people have their money already in it. So their concerns with this are a lot different than somebody that just discovered Epic and they're looking at a chart. They want to know, is it a good time to buy, right?
Yeah.
So I have different situations. Now, if you're loaded up to the max and you didn't sell any, now you're like, what do you want to know from me? What the hell is going to happen next? Because you just saw a lot of your profit go back. And you're concerned, especially if you don't trust, understand, or have any idea what you put your money in.
Right.
Which is how many percentage of the people out
99%.
And how much is that way in the Epic community?
Oh, there's a few smart people out there, but
right. Yeah.
But yeah, I think generally most of us have just followed along and have learned about from Max and Todd Lewis and everyone, and there is a very high level of trust in the design of this project. It's price go up technology. There's just so many positive attributes. So to me, this doesn't concern me at all. To me, I think we're just getting started.
Okay. That drives price, because that's where I always come back to someone who will come over to the fundamental side. And I agree that the things that I've studied, or I wouldn't be here. Because I am a TA man, but the fundamentals are very important to me. But if you bring me to a coin that's up in the stratosphere talking about how good it is, I'll be like, hey. Now, do I think that the Epic is in the stratosphere right now? Well, compared to 0.2 and 0.4 when I started getting it, yeah, it's pretty high.
Yeah.
But in the bigger picture, that's where the fundamental guys come in, and it gets to a point where I'm like, well, tell me more, because I'm like, okay, so this chart's got to a point where it potentially needs to correct, and now it'll most likely correct no matter what's going on, unless some big, huge amount of money pours in. You can't stop a chart like this from going nuts. My TA, my lines, my math, how it all works, can't stop a billionaire from going, holy Epic.
Yeah.
I can't stop that.
Right.
But all I can do is base my knowledge off of what I see, and as long as things stay somewhat normal, it'll give me what I'm looking for. Now, when I was down here, I showed you guys charts pretty much around where it went to. And I can do other charts. Now, one of the things I'll show you, and just real quick, and I'll let you ask some more questions, and I've got to go get, I may turn it over to y'all for a second and take a break. I need to go get a drink.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
So the thing about it, and the thing about, I think it's important to back up from me being a day trader and a trader and all that, and the more technical, what people consider rocket science, and stick with logic. You can always dig into this and learn as much as I do if that's your flavor or your cup of tea. But if it's not, you're an investor.
Yeah, right.
And so you'll have a tendency to flick me off like, oh, he's just trying to get people to pay him so you don't have to work.
No.
That's what people think about me. People like me, though. You're full of shit. You just want people to pay you. You don't know. You just flash money and fancy cars in front of people. And I don't do that, but a lot of people who do what I do that.
Yeah.
They make it look like it's very easy to make money, which is absolute lie.
Yep.
You know, it's easy once you work your ass off. And that's the point. You have to work your ass off to the point of exhaustion. And then, yes, it's easy. You click a button. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, you got to put in your 10,000 hours.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that today when somebody was asking about the metaverse. Well, tell me what about the metaverse? And somebody said, put in your 10,000 hours.
Right.
That's a whole different subject, ain't it? NFT, metaverse, Lord, it just won't stop. Are we going to have some epic metaverse?
I have no idea.
I think for most likely we're going to have some epic NFT. I'm just throwing it all out there right now.
You know what? If you've seen Max's roadmap, I think he has pretty much everything covered in that supercomputer of a brain of his. But I don't understand. I like my Epic Cash right now, and I like the fact that on the roadmap, we have the Bank of Me that is coming, where we're going to be able to borrow from ourselves and not have to sell. And so I really think we're in a special coin here.
Okay. For anybody, before I take a break, Uncle, because I'm on a walk downstairs, it shouldn't take me that much, but I'm going to a little bit dehydrated. For the people, who are concerned about what's going on here, I just kind of drew this for you, and I want you to focus as I take a break. Is the money came in? You see it right here.
Yep.
And I wish my drawing, I probably could do it, but I didn't get a chance to mess with it. The money comes in and it resets itself. And then it just kind of, I don't know what was going on right here.
That was a hack that we settled and rewound the blockchain. So it recovered. Okay. It was kicking ass until that.
Okay. So, and you can see it too, you're making higher highs, but you're resetting the money, but that's okay. As long as it's, money gets into things and it's going sideways, which can be volatile in crypto because it's not really sideways. If you get in too high, you've got to get off the bottom, but pretty much goes sideways and then eventually breaks this level right here.
Yeah.
I'm going to clear this chart. I'm just going to kind of show you. And it clears this level. So it goes back down and then you guys get that. Well, the money comes right back in and goes right back to what it was doing. Just kind of dribbles sideways. And then this is where you get set up. You see where the money comes in now.
Yeah,
a lot of people are like, what money, who, what, and all that stuff.
Did you just say that's what sets up to the moon?
Well, in a way it can. It'll set up the math. What it'll do is institutions, more organized money is probably a better way to put it, with a micro cap like this, will come in, and what they do, and the bankers have been doing this for a long time, and I'm going to use what's called a trend-based fib extension, and it's basically math. And you see this volatility come in, that you come in and you use this tool and it'll provide math. And this charting platform is a piece of crap, to be honest with you. I use it because I have to. But you can kind of see with a pool there, and this is where it starts to get complicated for people who don't understand. There's a reason they corrected there, and it's not the reasons you think.
Okay.
This 4.23 has been used in crypto for a very long time. That's what BTC hit at 20,000 in 2017.
Okay.
So it's a cycle that the money runs. Does it mean it's the end and it's not going higher? Absolutely not, because this is a micro cap. And I told you that if somebody comes in and puts a large amount of money, they're just going to run the next cycle. What does that mean? That means that leg produced that. Well, now just clear the whole board again. And this probably goes into a way that Max or some of the other guys explain this in different ways that they explain it, but I see it a different way. Because if that's your cycle, but they're not done, then you go back and get this tool again. And this is where this thing messes me up because I don't use it a lot. It's the same kind, it's trading view, but it's not the same as the way it's set up on my auto. So
Yeah.
I'm looking for that tool again. We'll get it here in a second. And I'll say it again, trend-based fib extension, which is a more advanced bullish tool.
Okay.
You have a fib retracement. You have this is lessons. This is TA. This is pretty simple stuff, but it may sound very complicated to you until you learn it.
Right.
So just it's not rocket science, but it can look like it. So I'm gonna grab trend base. Now you've got this money, because really what has happened is all this money is sideways, and so you do that same thing. And you wiggle a little bit, and I probably pulled it. And I know where to push and where to pull and kind of get this thing set up. And you see that, you remember the 1.68 that I pointed out?
Yep.
And the 4.23. That's, and I need, and it doesn't take much. And you get up into, it's right around I get about 1822, because the volatility, if they were to take this thing, and I'm not trying to FOMO anybody out, you're not supposed to go buy this unless you understand. And really, it should trigger and kind of sit up, because that's the way money does. As you notice, notice how they push it up, pull back, go. So they've pushed it up and then pull back. But a lot of times when they get it going, they'll do it one more time and they'll go. So if this thing comes and breaks this top, 10's all over the table, and then you get 12, and then you get about 18, and they're real bad about coming
and then
up
to
in
the
here.
moon.
Well, that depends on what a moon means to you. So, all right, I'm gonna go get a drink, and I'll let y'all talk about this if you want to. And then your side of this is important, and the fundamental side of this and what you guys normally talk about here is very important. And believe me, I listen to it, but I have to have, for me, I've got to have a way to see. And if you're just telling me it's going to 100, I can't see. And I gotta be able to drive, and my money's in the car, and I gotta be able to do different things with my money as I go along, depending on how I use Epic, which is use case.
Yep. Okay. Go get a drink. We got this.
All right. All right, Alex. I'll be back. She knows, Uncle, she knows once you get me started, you can't really stop me.
No, that's
I do know.
America. That's
all
awesome.
All so, right, microphone's off. If you want to take the stream back, do I need to give it back to you?
Nope. Just this is fine. I want to look at this.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
He knows the same back for me. He knows that get me talking, and so he did a very good job of explaining all of that to somebody who he has sent me his videos, and I happened to watch 2 minutes and then say, I'm sorry, it's gibberish. And oh, you're still on here.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm turning the microphone out. I thought you were talking to me.
Drink.
I'm going. I'm going. I thought you were asking me a question. I didn't want to cut off, because once I walk off, I don't know.
Go get yours.
All right, watch this, Uncle. Bye.
All right. Bye. So what this is telling, what he's sharing right here
is it's non-gibberish. It actually makes sense.
Hold on, Alex. Let me just share while this is up here. I had a sidebar conversation with Crypto Gunslinger, and he is feeling, now this is when he said, I don't want this to be FOMO. When he looks at the charts, he thinks that we're going to 10, and if we break past 10, we're going to be at 18 really quickly. And then from there, probably a retrace, right? It's just, if you see how these charts work. But what we haven't talked about is this entire chart is just about the Vite exchange, one exchange with relatively low liquidity. Now, in January, there are going to be 8 million new eyeballs on Epic Cash, because we will be listed on Bitmart. So that, to me, then provides great confidence that there are going to be people, lots of people out there, who are going to be looking at the fundamentals, looking at the white paper. They're going to be discovering Epic Cash. We are still entirely undiscovered. So that's what motivates me. None of this chart, none of this retrace has concerned me in the least. As a matter of fact, I know literally that during my live stream on Christmas that there was one individual that just kind of wanted to send an F you, and I think just absolutely, sold on purpose with intent just to be able to create that during the live stream. So, and then you see that everything starts to recover, but this chart excites me because to me, nothing has changed. Our fundamentals are the same. We catch you up to date every Friday. We have people in the community that come on, and you tell me what's not to like. I hope people watch the video that I did at 3:00 today. I was going to have Bob on. We got our times crossed. So instead, I just presented the 3 videos today. It's less than 30 minutes. It's well worth going back and watching it. If that doesn't excite you about the future of Epic Cash, I don't know what will. But I look at this and I just see pure potential and goodness. And there's nothing about this that concerns me. I'm so motivated by this.
If I could speak from a newbie's point of view who,
Sure.
doesn't know much about all of this at all, and also got a whole full-blown hit when I saw that happen, didn't know the context behind it, and was pretty worried, if I'm going to be completely honest.
It was your first gut punch.
It was a gut punch, and I reached out to you and everything and was like, oh, good Lord, what's going on? And when you realize that it is not like a situation with the coin itself, and it happens to be a personal thing, and knowing that it's not going to be that case anymore, with the fact that you've told me that in January it's going to Bitmart. Am I correct when I say that?
Yes, ma'am.
So it won't be the case where there's individual fluctuation, like,
Right.
what I mean when I say that. So there's not that worry of having to be concerned about, well, there's one person that might do this and this is going to happen to my money. It sounds like that's going to be something that will be changing within this month. Am I correct?
Yeah. And the other thing is, when there is somebody that sells like this, keep in mind, there are those, because it came back, pretty nicely. Keep in mind that there are those on the other side of that trade who bought. So good for them. There were a lot of happy Epic Cash buyers who were waiting. I had some personal conversations with some folks that, they're pretty smart. They put some low ball bids in, just thinking that, something like this could happen. And it did. And they filled up their coffers with more Epic. It was discounted 40.
Well, I know I have Danny, if Danny watches this, here's a shout out for Danny.
Hey, Danny.
He was thinking about well, with the prices, is this something where you buy in more now, or is this something where you run? And with the fact that with everything that's known, it is clear that, I was even thinking about this situation as a newbie looking in, and you realize when you all the facts and everything, that it's actually almost a blessing right now,
right?
If you can take advantage of this situation and get in while it's low like this, because I guarantee you there's probably not going to be a chance like this again. And yeah, somebody might have been able to do this during this point, but starting in January, when we're on Bitmart, there's nothing anybody else can do. So it is actually a blessing in disguise, but a blessing in red.
That's why they always say buy the dip. My question back always was, with what? Because you have to plan for dips, but that's where dollar cost averaging. I get paid every 2 months. 2 weeks. Sorry. And I'm dollar cost averaging into Epic, whatever the price is at that point in time. That's what I'm acquiring Epic at. And that's just going to be my discipline from here on out. And I think those who exercise the same discipline in Bitcoin over the years are very, very happy right now.
Right.
And man, it's just I shout out to Todd Lewis. We had our lead tech Todd Lewis on the other day talking about Mimblewimble and such, and with Dan from the Crypto Show. And if you haven't watched that video, please do, because it's just like he drops so much knowledge in such a succinct way. I just love that man. And there's just so many people, high quality people on our team. And I guarantee you, Scott, I don't know if you're back, Gunslinger. Okay. I don't know if you're back, but
my pup is dying from these fireworks. I'm sorry.
Oh, your pup is done? Yeah.
No, he's dying. Like the fireworks are literally he's literally trying to crawl in my lap.
Oh, right now. No, I know. We had to
he's freaking out.
We had to not Ambien. What is it? We gave the dogs. We had to
Xanax.
Yeah, we Xanaxed our boys. I can't believe they're not barking right now, but I'm hearing. But anyway,
well, I can after the Xanax.
But if you've hung out and you've heard a little bit of Crypto Gunslinger, he leaves lots of voice messages and such. And when I say he's a force of nature, he really is. But the one thing I can tell you about him is that we're such a small project. The only reason why he even pays attention to us at all is just the community. And I wish you were on to be able to confirm that, but I think he's fallen in love with the community, and it's almost like philanthropy for him.
I'm almost back, but you gotta give me a second. I'm almost back.
Can you hear me?
He's almost back. Give him
he's knocking
minute
down.
And a half.
So I said I can cut the microphone on, but give me about like 2 more minutes. I'll be back. I hear you. I can't really engage.
You just take a shot of that Jack Daniels.
No, it'd be a Long Island if it was him. He'd be drinking in Long
Island. but yeah. So Gunslinger comes in and Alex, I think you'll agree with me on this. I'm glad we're on the right side of Gunslinger, right?
Oh, goodness, yes.
Right? You were people that piss him off. Oh boy. I don't want to ever be there.
I think I'm still on your good side, right, country boy? Oh, we'll give him 2 minutes.
We'll give him 2 minutes.
It's okay.
2 minutes. So who do we have in the house? Let's see. Monkman,
Monkman's coin's about to be shipped out.
Oh, Monkman, your coin's about to be shipped out, Alex says.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Well, Monkman is like one of the best memers on the planet. I love him. Izzy is in the house. Izzy, we love Islo. Thank you for your help with the article this week. You were awesome. I think that collaboration ended up working really well. We have Mark R's in the house. I'm gonna destroy this. Bepa. My wife could read it. She's Russian. Let's see. Tom Pittner, my brother's in the house.
Yeah, Uncle Tom
with my dad, Mama Macho Camacho, and let's see, Meta ATM and Lydia. Love us some Lydia.
Ah, Lydia.
Yeah, David Lee and Donna, Mother Trucker. Oh, we had such an Mother Trucker drove down to Tampa, Florida, and Alex and I had the pleasure of meeting Mother Trucker and one of her daughters. That was just so awesome. By the way, this week, Alex, I don't know if I've even told you, but Becky Boo and family are here all week. And so we're going to pick a day to get together with them. So I think we may do Columbia Redux, you know? Timothy Cooks. All right.
I just saw some sort of music pulling up on there.
That reminds me of the
Some music
Flintstones.
going.
When you say Becky Boo, I think of the Flintstones. I know Becky Boo. I know you're listening, Becky Boo. She talks to me sometimes.
Becky Boo's awesome.
She's awesome.
She is one of the smartest young folks that I have ever met. And,
she is insanely smart. She is incredibly like intelligent and everything. I mean, her intelligence way outsmarts me, and she is so young.
Did somebody go buy? I think somebody went and bought some Epic just says, "Oh, you can have a green candle."
Oh, nice. Is this?
I don't know who did
Go
that.
on, keep on buying that Epic.
Who did that? Who did that? You said I was drinking liquor. Good gracious, man. Maybe I kind of no. Somebody said, "Oh, hell no." Whoever keeps doing that, keep doing it. I'm just buying them from you. Keep selling them. Go ahead. Keep selling them. I know, we know who you are. We know it ain't. We ain't stupid. Go keep selling them. I just keep buying them. Go ahead. Go right ahead. Send it down lower, please.
That is so funny.
He's watching. He's watching. You know he's watching.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There's only one way to deal with a troll.
Right. Well, the funny thing is, everyone, all you have to do is buy one Epic, and literally it takes it back, and then that's what these folks do. So
that's what the liquidity is and having it on a Vitex. Now, you've got the listing coming up, or has that already happened? Because it gets real hard.
I'm leaving y'all for a second.
In January, that happens this month. It's really, really close, actually. Bitmart. And that's going to bring 8 million new eyeballs. Well, 16 million eyeballs, actually. 8 million sets of eyes to Epic. And there's going to be a nice release that'll go to all 8 million to be able to explain Epic. I've been working on the on writing it and hive minding it with the group. So when that happens, I think it's going to be a really exciting. I think we're going to see some nice action. Just because we're going to reveal an undiscovered coin, and that's kind of the narrative. What do you got there?
Just what I did, and I didn't get all my work done because I had, when I got up, I have a schedule. Obviously I explain it to you probably way too much.
Yep.
But I try to, but I try to get you to. I don't know. I look at my Telegram and I go back to it, but there's a treasure chest when I have conversations with you, whether it's there for you or not, whether you realize it. But when I go back, before this room, I was going back through when I first met, and I couldn't get all the way back up when I first met Max on Telegram. And believe me, I do the same thing to Max. I get going and I explain, and I try to, use case, and it's real hard because you get going on a subject, and it's not like you can just have a meeting and sit down and write notes about it and go back and forth and really kind of flesh it out. So I get spun out, and then I have so many different things. But so before the room, I was going back through me and Max's channel, which is just a one-on-one where we talk back and forth, pulling the stuff that I had pinned and trying to get all the way back to the beginning. Well, I didn't, but this was some of the stuff that I started throwing there. And this is what I use, because if I put it down and I come back to it, and I would think other people have the same issue if you work full time or you got 99,000 kids like some people have, or all that stuff. Yeah. You put it down and you pick it back up. And so I have to have some sort of way of picking back up my education. And you got Epic, ECR, EUSD, there's more, and what I find is when I try to introduce it to people, I have to keep it simple, and I have to stick with this at first, because if you start throwing all this stuff at them, Dad, are you still listening? Don't let him do it to you.
I haven't seen this page before, but
you can't.
Hey, Grandpa, you still listening?
You can't go. Don't let them get you that far out there. You got to get your head around that first, and that's what I find is over. It's already complicated for a lot of people. It's already something that they're not used to, especially if they're new to this. And then if you throw a bunch at them, unless you've got all the time in the world to try to explain it to them, and really when you start teaching people about stuff, you start to understand. Hey, I don't even understand this. And this is when I go and blow Max up. Yeah. Hey. Hey, man, I'm supposed to tell somebody about this, but I can't. And I'm still get there with some of this stuff with this, because I have 1,000 charts, and I know about Atom, and I know about DAG, and I know about BTC, and I know about Cotty, and I know about Comp, and I know about, you know, Engine and the NFTs and the DeFi's and Band and the Oracles and Link and XLM and XTZ. You know, all this information is in my head from years from when I discovered BTC at 10 cents. But when I discovered BTC at 10 cents, I didn't have all this.
Right. No.
I was just looking at like this new thing along with me learning how to trade Forex, the fiat market, and short the living shit out of it, because that's what I did. And I still do. I'm a short trader. So everybody accuses me of being just like this really bad bear in crypto, but it's really not the case. It's just I enjoy short trading. And so when it's time to short, I'm going to tell you very quickly how bad I'm going to take your money.
unpack
now
unpack shorting for those of us who just aren't that familiar. What do you mean by short?
When you make money from placing a trade on going down. So you have to use leverage, but you trade down, and the markets. And, you know, the big thing that a lot of people do not understand is the same thing that was done to BTC in 2017, 2018 was done to F as they moved it up to 5,000. And that is most likely what you're going to see coming as they move up to liquidate the short traders who don't know what they're doing, and an absolute crash of the market. And most people won't believe in it until it happens. And then when it happens, they think I'm magic or I did it myself.
Okay. When you say BTC a short, or when you say it's going to be a big pullback, I mean, what are the numbers in your mind where it could go to?
BTC, now this is Ethereum, and you can see with Ethereum, and now we'll talk about this liquidity again. And if you think that what happened with Epic is abnormal, then to ask what happened here. And then what I want you to do is tell me why I know it's going to do that right there and crash. And you may say, well, you don't know that. Well, when it happens, then come back and tell me how I just showed you that.
Okay. Yep. Can you explain? I've heard you say it many times that you got to understand the square. What is the square?
The square is, let's go to BTC. We could go to Epic too, but let's just go to BTC, because most people who know, and I think these charts are easier to see because I can black out the back, as you can see. Yeah. These are more of my charts that I do my live rooms. Yeah. Now, a square is an area on the chart where they go too fast. You see that? It can be very visual, but if you don't understand it, you have to dig into it and make sure that you're actually seeing. This is the people who push the market. There has to be people on both sides, sellers and buyers. When they get going too fast, the people who push the market get trapped. Their money, the people who push it and make money. When their money gets trapped, it at some point will need to be revisited and like a checkbook balanced, or they lose their money. And they don't do this to lose money.
I've always wondered what you meant about that.
Print more tether. Ponzi. That's what you got.
So can you educate us on what tether is and how it's used with BTC?
It's a Ponzi.
But what does that mean? I mean, just
go over and type it on Google on Bernie Madoff. Just type in Bernie Madoff.
No, I get that.
No, I'm messing with you.
Tether. But what is tether?
A lot of people will kind of disagree. It's the mechanism that they use to pump and move the market. They have layered tons of people's pockets with it. Binance, all everywhere. It's been handed out so freely, and people will go, well, that's what the Fed does too. And you're absolutely right. More of the dollars have been printed this year than ever. So your dollar, dad, mom. Do you want me to scare them, or you want me to shut up?
Oh, yeah.
Dad, mom. And a dollar that has no worth whatsoever, because it doesn't. Your money, your fiat, has no worth. When I hand somebody $100 bill and they jump for joy, I look at them and I know in my mind that I have handed them a worthless piece of paper that they're going to spend very quickly, and normally doesn't do any good whatsoever.
Yeah. So with tether, the way I think of it is, let's say that I bought $50,000 worth of BTC and it goes up to 100,000, and I think I'm really, really smart, because then I trade out of it and I put it into USDT. That's tether, right?
Right. That's your stable coin.
So that's the stable coin. So to me, that seems like fantastic. Now I'm safe. I'm good, because when it crashes down to your, $10,000 level, now I have 100 grand of USDT. I can go swoop that back up. What's bad about that? What's Ponzi about that?
Well, what is tethered back by, and who controls your money?
Yeah, I think like
you have no answers. There's
that,
no way.
I heard Max say that $100,000 that I'm talking about would be backed by like $4,000 worth.
So not even that, probably a negative amount at this point, because they printed so much, man. They just printed like 6 billion more. They can't stop them. The feds basically have their. I think what's happened here with this situation is, as always, especially in America, they're not going to do anything until the damn house is burning down, because they don't care about you. So where the people are complaining, the SEC and the government, you're going, and the people that are going, I got scammed by crypto. Do you think that people give a XRP about your money? No.
Good job.
But once they get the fire going and too many people show up, oh God, everybody's getting scammed by crypto, and then them people come in and act like they care and say we're going to regulate it. And then that's what you get happening here. So with the scamming and all that stuff. So that's where and then it gives them a reason to crash the market. No, the regulators did
it. Have you ever watched it's Bill, gosh, his last name is Spill, I think, but he created this documentary called Money Masters, and I tell you what, it is worth, if anybody's watching this, go
Money Masters. Is that what you call it? Money Masters.
Money Masters. Man, I learned in 90 minutes of that video more than I've ever learned, and I graduated college in finance, more than I've ever learned my entire life. I learned in 90 minutes. I've watched it now 3 times. And man, so when you talk about the banksters, if you will,
the institutions, the Forex guys.
Yeah, man, it's like these dudes play long ball. They've been at this a long time, haven't they?
Yes. And the patterns, the head and shoulders, all those different things, those are how in the Forex market, it's very regulated, and banks, it's very competitive. And when they talk to each other, it's very recorded, and, FBI, Secret Service. So they can't call each other up like on crypto and say, hey, uncle, let's pump Epic.
Right.
Not that we would do that, but that's what these people do. Believe me, I can post link over there on Twitter and time it, it'll pump.
Right.
Pump, linky slinky. Because if there's enough people listening to me and enough people moving the market and the market cap and enough people pumps into a coin and it's already set up to do it, the people who are going to pump it anyway, go ahead and do it.
Right.
Pump goes to crypto. And a lot of people attach to my information, whether I can do anything about it or not, and feed it to a large part of a large group. And I've seen many times, and we time it sometimes, and I have a guy who does investigative work and stuff, and I always throw it to him. I said, hey, I'm about to pump known. Now, is that something good to do? Well, you see the influencers do it, but the influencers will come in and do it after the damn thing's already up in the sky, and then tell people to buy it so they can sell it. So a lot of times what I'll do is, for me, when the way I to deal with it is I look for low where the risk is stripped. So because a lot of people will come in and do things with my information and they have no chain. But anyway, the tether question, to me, tether is the mechanism that's been used throughout the years to move crypto around. It's been printed just like the feds do, and it's been handed to the market makers and used as a cushion and a liquidity to make everybody happy. Binance and all the people's pockets they filled and pumped, and all the coins they listed and all the pumping they did. And then your individuals who come in with their hundreds and thousands and 5,000s who have no idea what they're doing lose all their money, and it feeds the machine. Ponzi.
So what do you think about Willie Woo's prediction that by the end of this year it was going to be 250 to 300,000?
I've killed Willie Woo full of shit since day one.
Okay. Why does that not surprise me?
Now, I like some of his stuff, and he's real cool and laid back, and I like that.
Yeah.
But as soon as I found out that he had a hedge fund, I was like, dude, XRP, your bullshit. How the hell do you got no? And then the people he hangs out with, who's that other dude? There's other dude. They used to tell me that they reminded me because he was a bear back in the day with me. I said, "You better stop. I'll block you. If you call me that dude one more time, I'll block you."
Hey boys.
The one that hangs out with Willie Wood. He may not hang out with him. Anyway.
What's that, Alex?
Yeah, my kid is loving these mortars going off right now.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's literally, I'm surprised you guys can't hear him.
I'm not hearing a lot of fireworks where I'm at yet, but it's 8:14 p.m. I'm sure they'll have a big show down here.
He's literally like, I don't know.
I've got a battleship. They're gonna shoot. I've got a battleship to shoot fireworks over above. So I'm cool.
He's freaking out. I'm gonna end up getting off of here, but I didn't want to just jump off and not say night and bye.
That's a joke. That's the joke between me and her. That bye, because the telegram. When somebody tells you bye, it always just is kind of like.
It sounds like a slap in the face.
I know. It's like, what I do? Bye. Okay. Bye. Do you do?
That's all I should have said. I shouldn't have given any like precursor or anything. Just said a bye.
Bye.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Epic to the moon.
Love you.
All right. Happy New Year. I don't even know how to get off this thing, to be honest. But
how do you get off? You just X out and Zoom.
Exit.
Reset your computer.
Alex, the way you get off is you need to just send me like 1,000 Epic Cash coins.
Oh gosh, $1,000 worth or 1,000 Epic? Because I'm getting in the middle of this is 1,000 Epic because I want me some.
Exactly.
I mean, y'all could throw it this way instead. I mean, you know.
Well, I got my Epic Cash coin. That's all I need. That's all I need. All right. I love you.
All right. Happy New Year's, guys.
Happy New Year.
See you later. Be careful out there. Don't let nothing happen.
All right. Talk to you tomorrow.
Go find some good live music. That's usually what's good on here is just get some good live music.
Around Lithia? No, we don't have nothing like that. So all right, we'll talk to y'all later. All right.
See you later.
Be careful of the banjos.
Oh, I will. I can't even exit out of this thing. There's literally a view thing on like at my exit. I don't.
You probably just I don't even know how to explain it.
You can just go up to Zoom.
Oh, wait, I'm still. Oh, this is Country Boy screen, not mine. Oh, good Lord.
Oh God, get her away from the tech, Uncle. She's in trouble. She is stuck in the matrix.
Oh my God, bye y'all.
I can remove you, Alex. You want me to remove you?
I just figured it out. All right, bye.
She's stuck in the matrix, yo.
Bye.
You got to worry about that a little bit. All right, if you guys, I'll let you ask questions and stuff. But as I look at this chart, it'll just finish it because I think most people if we've got still people here and everything listening, you're interested in what's going on here. And I would suspect that most of you guys have your money in here already, but some people are just getting introduced to it. And the thing about the spot is if they're going to go up higher, this is the spot where they should come up and go because it's resistance and it's support. And what I mean by that is as you go up, and I'll clear the chart. I wish the drawing tools were just a little bit better. But as you go up, you hit a ceiling. Dad, is Dad still here?
Nope. I don't know. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, he is.
Okay,
yeah.
So Dad, this may register with you. Just break it down less gibberish. Is you hit a ceiling, like you hit your head, like look up, look up. What would happen if you go upstairs? If you try to go up right now, you hit your ceiling you hit your head on the ceiling. Now, if you have another floor upstairs and you go through that ceiling, and then you're standing there on that floor, and then you look down. You've got a floor and a ceiling and a support and a resistance. And that's what this is about. So you go up, what happens? You can't go up any higher. That is a ceiling.
Okay.
So you go down. The buyers show up and they pop that ceiling right here, which is very significant. Money comes in to dry because they broke it.
Okay.
So now we go up a little bit higher and we run that 4.23 that I showed you, which is a Fibonacci sequence, which is very deep, but it's very TA and it's very all the way back.
And it's legit, right? I mean,
you're talking about mathematicians that are famous, Fibonacci's, and the early 1950s and 1940s of the TA men that come along that said, okay, y'all are fine and y'all all do all this stock market stuff with fundamentals. But what happens when your fundamentals says it's still going up and then all of a sudden it goes down? And that's where the math and the TA and the cycles and Elliott wave and things that just drive people crazy when they come over to TI and say, but you're full of shit. And I'm like, but it works. So how am I full of shit? And it's because the institutions have set these things up, and they did it first in the Forex markets. And now you come to a micro cap and you have to ask, how much of a footprint would a banker have on this chart right here? Well, I can tell you what, you've got the charts I showed you at 0.2 and 0.4. What did they do? It pretty much exactly what I showed you, didn't they?
Yeah.
So at 0.2 and 0.4, if I don't have some sort of source, I call it the source. And I have training programs, and my second training program is called the source code. And I call it source. There is no way in hell you can come and tell me if you've seen my charts. Why? How did I know?
Yeah.
Because it's not done on purpose. Is that the best way to put it?
Right.
There is a blueprint.
There is
house blueprint. There's another term for you, a blueprint. There's a blueprint on how they'll run it. Now, the question for a lot of people was, okay, well, who cares? I want to know if it goes higher, because that's most of what most people want to know. That don't matter. Are we going to make money? Is it going higher? And the thing is you have to let it show you that. I don't know. That could be the end of this, and they could eventually, what they could do is use the whole leg. And now I'll pull out another tool, which is not the trend-based fib. This thing's different, but the fib retracement, which is a different set of way of using the math. And I'll come down here where this money started to push this thing and pull up. Now I get a different set of, and these things are not set up the way my charts are, but I'll get a different set of fibs. And these numbers are more for the bounces on the way down. As you see this thing start to correct, see the first fib to 382, notice they bounce. Okay, now we go down to the next fib, which is the 50. And they blow it, but look what they did. They come straight to the 618, didn't they? And even though all that shit was going on, how did they hit that shit to the money?
Right.
Now, do you think that I just made that up? And no, I just built that chart right in front of your face and didn't even know that was there yet. Now, this is interesting because now I can go real deep with you. Because this 618 is a place where the bulls show up. And if the bulls will show up and break this pattern and drive and break that top, then off we are to the races. And I'm here to tell you that, you know, if that's what they're going to do right here, and you're here to tell me that there's events and catalysts, and that's what you'll need. You need excitement. You do need money to show up in a way, but at the same time, it's important, as far as I'm concerned, to understand that it's not by chance that when they do stuff, they take the opportunities to run the algos and the math. And if they break that sucker, and I'm not here to FOMO anybody or shit anybody, I think y'all get that if you listen to me long enough.
Of course.
They're going to take it probably to 18 or 22. And depending on the velocity will depend on, you know, how bad they correct it. And the corrections are not supposed to be looked at as bad. It's just natural. So,
that's an important lesson, I think.
Yeah, because people are like, you know, and I'm real bad, and I'll just let you know. A lot of times, y'all saw the first 4.23 I showed you. I'll come into my crowd and say, short it to the ground. Short it. It's a piece of shit. Make it go down. Why? Because I want it cheap again. You know, now, can I control that all the time? No, you know, no. And you haven't seen me do that with this coin because it's a smaller coin, and I don't really want to get somebody riled up that's got a lot of coins to do this on an exchange to cause what potentially could have been caused on purpose. Now, did you explain that or while I was gone, or do you want to discuss that?
I think I covered it, but there was somebody on, I mean, just during my live stream that was just given an FU. I mean, literally it was like within 15 minutes of my live stream happening. And, you know, we know somebody sold about 30,000 coins, just like bam.
Well, they got bad prices for them, I think.
But it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It's a butthurt member who, it was just kind of they derived joy out of it, you know, for,
you think they'll be watching this?
I don't care.
Well, I'm just asking because this is the prices you got for yours, like 3 and 350 and 450. And right here, I sat here and nibbled and sold some of mine and got exactly what I wanted. So you're a sucker. So sell some more, please, so I can buy some more.
Yeah. It's no, you're right. You're right.
I mean, because if you know what you're doing, and there's nothing wrong with taking profit, you guys. Some people will be like, "You're selling, you suck," and I'm like, "Why? What'd I put my money there for?"
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. And I entirely get that. And I mean, you get kind of stuck, or at least some of us do, in this hodl mentality and such. But yeah, I think, see, my thing here's it
depends on how much you understand too. So
here's my issue with like selling. It's like there's a pair, right? Epic and BTC. And it's like, to me, if I were to sell some of my Epic, and I've never sold one, I'd be getting into BTC. And I'm not comfortable that BTC is just going to go up. I'm scared that it's actually going to go down. So to me, it's just like, man, I'd rather hedge with hodling Epic than converting to BTC. But I guess you could then convert to Tether, but that seems to be
see, a lot of us we trade for cash and go back to cash. We don't worry about all of that. Now, I understand what you're saying, because here's the thing about, if you are invested in Epic right now, what is your cost basis on your Bitcoin? Because you have to buy Bitcoin to get Epic.
Yeah.
So you have to have a cost basis. If your cost basis is 60,000 on Bitcoin, if Bitcoin goes under 10,000, what's going to happen to the value of your Epic?
Oh,
that's the question. And that's where I go back and forth with the fundamentals, because it doesn't necessarily, but if you pay, this is a tough one, because you really got to think about what you're doing. My long-term BTC, I have no cost basis. So when I go over and buy Epic, my BTC didn't cost me anything. I don't buy fresh BTC at 50 or 60,000.
Right.
So there's a big difference there in what you're doing. Now, if you do peer-to-peer, which I got a lot of my Epic 0.2, 0.4 peer-to-peer, all it was cash to, I've got Epic, so I don't have to worry about that BTC. Somebody else took care of that for me.
Right.
And honestly, people don't calculate that kind of value, what you're having to do here. So, and then you have fees and different things like that. Now, I will share you one thing, and I'll let you ask some questions. I don't know how long you go with this, so it's like 8:30.
Yeah, we're about done. My wife is. I told her we'd be wrapping up about 8:30, and then she has some New Year's dinner prepared.
Okay, so I told you I might break out in song.
Yeah.
So baby, this is the Epic chart, and I'll just a silly song, really. We're gonna wash that. What? All right, out of my hair, you know, the Head and Shoulders song.
Yeah.
So you've got a Head and Shoulders. That wasn't very good. I don't remember. I washed that gray. It's gray, right? You got to wash that gray. There you go. I don't have no gray in my hair. You believe that one? So you got a Head and Shoulders, which is a pattern, and it's a reversal pattern. So, you know, the wick, what happened? We know that there's an explanation for it, but in all essence, it's not that unhealthy.
Okay.
Even though it happened, because what I think is the market makers took advantage of the idiot who decided to sell his Epic and cleaned up, just like they did right here. But maybe the same thing happened. This person sold and did not get what somebody like me can sit here and do, and have them hit a level and just not even move the price and get out and not affect it. I mean, I literally can peel off. And, you know, it triggers taxes. Yeah. But when Epic got up here, I bought art. And I'm not with Alix, you know, I'd already bought a lot of art with Alix. It's not like I waited until I said, okay, Alix, now I want a coin because it's $6 and I know I'll get more out of it now. And I could do that with somebody who's accepting Epic use case. If you're use casing with me, you're going to lose most times because I know when to show up and say, I want it now.
Right.
At $6 or $7.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's use case. Now that's a whole, you know, that's a different discussion on what you use these things for. And I know for me, as we moved up in these levels, I gave it away and spread it. I gave it for Christmas. What I felt like was a summer crypto presents. Here's
Yeah.
$500 worth of Epic. Here's $100 worth of Epic, because like Zeke over in the help desk, I did a little thing just impromptu one morning. I said, look, I've watched this guy all summer, never said a word to him. He's always over here. What the hell's going on? And you know, I just said, you know, I'll match whatever anybody sends, and I sent him 100, and it could be very valuable one day for him, and it was.
That's
and
right.
And I did that to a lot of people who I don't know, and I honestly tell people, and anybody can verify this. I tell them, I'll send you some Epic, but if I find out you have more money than God, I'm going to be the gunslinger, and once I'm the gunslinger, I won't stop. I'll be pissed off. You know, because if I send you money and you got money, that pisses me off. You should say something. You know, you know, a lot of people like feel uncomfortable about it. And, you know, especially, and I'll give you an instance, sending Epic to a wallet is a lot easier for people. When I walk up to people in real life and they're in different situations and I go to hand them money, or I give somebody a $20 tip on a $20 bill.
Yes.
A lot of times they try to hand that shit back to me. They're like, no, that's too much. And I'm like, no, it's not. Because I know the value of that dollar, and I know how fast I can create it and how fast they can. That's the thing that people don't get. I'm very successful, and I can create cash flow very easily with my voice, my talents, my company, crypto, trading, Forex. You want me to keep going? CBD? I can keep going because I know how to do it. And because of that, I can create lots and lots of capital. Most people can't do that.
That's right.
When I see that and I get all this in my hands, I realize how not valuable it is to everybody who can't.
Yeah.
You give somebody $100 bill, they try to give it back to you. And it's their relationship with money. And then honestly, Uncle, I have to look back at myself and I'm like, well, is my relationship messed up? Or is your relationship messed up? So,
oh man, it just feels so good when you do those things. Last night, I was over in Orlando and I was coming back and I was just really hungry, and I stopped by a wild, not Buffalo Wild Wings. It was one anyway. Alix worked at this Wingstop, I think it was. Shit, no, what was it?
He told me about this. If I think about it hard enough, I may know.
Yeah. But it is one of the
Outback Steakhouse.
No, it was a wing place. And I'm like, I want chicken wings. So I stopped there and I ate mine there. And then I called my wife and my daughter and I'm like, what do you guys want? And they ordered theirs. So all of theirs came to go. And we got some desserts. I mean, you know, hey, New Year's resolution starts tomorrow, right? And so the bill came up to like, it was around $90, I think it was. And she was just a really, really good waitress, just very attentive, you know, everything. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, you know what? There was like hardly anyone in there. And I thought, I'm going to leave her $100 tip. And I did. And then I left before she could even pick it up, you know, because I just didn't want her. But it was like, you and me both have been blessed, right? And it was like that. I guarantee you that one tip just absolutely made her night. I remember Alix telling me that she would have those instances to where it was just somebody was just very, very nice and kind. So good on you for you have been very, I know, I mean, I have observed and I know you have been so amazingly benevolent with your Epic Cash and the support of the Epic Cash community. And I am just, I'm really grateful for you. What are we looking at here? I like this.
I'm just kind of like, as I'm listening to you, just kind of, because I know, you know, a lot of people will, no matter what they say, will be worried about that price. And, you know, and the thing is, it's important is to have a plan so that you know what to do and you have to accept whatever you do. And if your plan is to make it to $100 because you believe it's $100, I'm not here to tell you it's not, that it's not going to do that.
Yeah.
I just don't have the evidence on the chart. And no matter what anybody tells me, when you start talking about $50 and $100, if I don't have chart evidence, I don't really have a lot to go by. So, you know, and a lot of people get stuck in that, not just me. Even the people who don't understand charts, they'll be like, well, if you say it's going to 100, why?
Right.
And I'll be like, go talk to Max, because you'll see if you've watched any of them. I made a real simple video about this and shared it, but you'll see if you see any of my stuff, if you come across my stuff, any of you guys that have never seen me or seen me, I'll get up in this area around 20 and I'll basically put Max, because that's where it gets to with me. And the team, that's where it gets to with me, is the chart will take me to there. And then I have to go talk to Max and dig through the fundamentals and yoga and listen to videos and go ask questions and aggravate people, because I'm like, okay, I got there, but now I don't. The gunslinger in me says, I can't go no further.
You say, uncle.
Yeah, see, there you go. It's going to 100. Oh man, I have to bite my teeth. I want to come in and say, tell me why, like very forceful, because that's the way I feel. Is you know, if you're gonna say it, I'm kind of that. I'll do it with my charts, and I feel like I'm very forceful on charts. I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna show it, and I'll make videos, and I cover this, and I do live rooms, and I back it all up. And so if somebody's going to come in and say it's going to 100, then I'm okay with that, as long as you can show me one.
Right. Well, Gunslinger, tell everybody how they can find you, because your service is, I know there are going to be a lot of people that are watching that are going to be just enamored and like, okay, where can I get more of Gunslinger?
TCLeducation.com is the website. We do 2 live rooms: Crypto Lounge, Crypto Lab. The lab is more of a VIP service and you should be trained. The Crypto Lounge that I do at night, if you go over to the website and you reach out and you've never had a month of that live room, we'll put you in there. It's $99 a month. It's not cheap. Me and Sean run it. It's almost like what I consider, in a way, for a lot of people who look for trades and making money, a low-cost signal room, which I hate that word, but me and Sean cover a lot. And he's Aussie, leverage, tether, which I hate, but the leverage and the shorting. But the second room I do in the morning is more train money, trading the link pump that's coming, and the I don't need to tell no more. All the pumps that are coming. We watch the charts. I do videos, market report videos, so we cover a lot. You know, I could just go back over here, you know, and show you just a little bit. You know, just I'll go to link and just show you, you know, the different things that. The investing, yes, but when the market gets dangerous, you know, I teach cheap crypto, the weight trade, and I teach a lot of new people to sit back, and you can see the potential of this trade right here, just right in front of your face. If you know what you're doing, you can go to Coinbase and buy Link for $19, and most likely they're going to pump it, and there's your square up about 50% up to about 30. And you know, if you're watching this and you're going, that's magic, Dad. And that may be hard for you to watch this, Dad, if you don't have a trading view, because it's not like crypto is accessible to the world. Not a lot of people cover the shit that's down on the side of my charts right there. Now, Dad, I've got gold and silver down there, and I know Dad's like gold and silver, and I cover that too, and the euro and the dollar, and you know, all that. We do that Wednesday in the morning, so all that's covered, and then the trade calls and different stuff like that. And then obviously, you know, as you see, I like to get into the crypto too, and this is different for me. As I'm a smaller cap, it's harder. I am very amazed that I've been able to go from 0.2 to 0.4 and get as close as I did. And I told everybody that when I did it, I was like, this is the best I can do. and honestly, I'm not one of those people that'll come around and say, nailed it, called it. But if you'll follow along, I will at least give you a roadmap and a guidance to what you potentially do, depending on what you believe.
Man, this has been great. You're awesome. You're awesome, my friend. I am Alix and I were talking about you when you were gone, that you were just you know, you're a force of nature who we're glad we're on your good side, because we've heard you you're very vocal when somebody pisses you off, and we're like, oh boy, I don't want to be on the other side of that.
I'm working on that, you know, and you know,
I love it.
As you can see, what I just drew, I trying to change the drawing tools, and this is the time that I don't get over here. I'll play with this a little bit. But just the trigger of the money and the different levels. If we can hold this level and get back above 354, you know, if somebody doesn't have any, you know, if you believe it's going to 20, that's pretty good.
This is good. Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're talking about I think it'll let me do the percentages here. Yeah, you're talking about, you know, 500%. If you're not in it yet, But yet there's a lot of risk on the table, because if you're sitting at 4 and that sucker goes to 2 and you got a lot of money in it, you're not going to like what you see, and it's going to stress you out.
But
So,
if you don't like it, then just wait another week and then it'll go back in there.
well, I know, but Uncle, that stresses people out. It really does.
I know it does. It's very.
You put $1 million into something, it goes down 50%, and if I'm managing your money, I better get away from my phone.
Yeah, real money. Yeah, that's right.
And honestly, and as we roll this out and roll into the New Year's, and I'll shut up and let you roll your room out. That's one of the things that I like to teach people: let the risk get stripped. And as far as this one pushing up to 7 and 8, if you're looking at it, you shouldn't have done anything right there. You should have waited for something like this. And now is where you start to look. And if you understand TA, you understand that you really have some reasons why that would be a good area to be thinking about. Well, hey, I didn't miss anything really, because that's a 500% move, and that's nothing to sneeze at. Ask Dad.
Amen.
Dad knows. Dad knows that 500%. Dad's going. Dad's probably going. Ponzi. No way, Scott. No, 500. What are you talking about? No, because that older people, and Dad, I'm not picking on you nothing, but older people in crypto, that you really can't get a lot of older people like up into the 70s and 80s. I can't get their attention very good.
No. My dad was a CEO of multiple bank chain for years and years and years.
It's hard to even get them to pay attention because they don't care no more, honestly.
Well, it's a different world. I mean, this is a different world. It's like he'll be the first to just shake his head and say, I don't understand any of it.
I know. But I agree. We're going to be there too. Very fast.
I know.
The way things are moving.
My wife told me I'm getting gray today. I'm like, gosh, am I really? Oh, well,
oh God.
I just call it seasoned. I'm getting seasoned.
You're starting. You're so vain. You probably think this song, but I was going to do a little bit of Sinatra, but I'm not worked that song out enough that I feel comfortable when he's singing with me. Yeah, but by myself.
We'll do it next round, because you and I'd love to get like a monthly gig going with you.
I agree. Okay, these are good nights for me once I get used to it. And Sean can come with me too, and he has the Aussie flavor that brings like a whole different thing to the crowd.
Well, Aussie people and British people, I just think, just by way of their accents, are way smarter than me. Yeah. So they have that going. I love
Aussie, and Sean will show himself too. So y'all can sit there and talk while everybody looks at the black screen with me.
Oh, that's perfect. I love it. All right, man. Listen, love you. Appreciate you. Happy New Year, everyone in the chat. Thanks, you for coming and spending some of your evening with us, and everybody be safe. And 2022.
I didn't see any of your comments because I don't have that screen up. If anybody said anything to me or come over and supported us, thank you. I'm just kind of blind and just looking at Uncle all night, just smiling.
Yeah. All I can tell you is let me leave with one comment that was said in there, Gunslinger, and it's simply 2 words: more Gunslinger.
Thank you.
That's on you.
Once a month. I can do it. I got a lot of stuff that I'm responsible for, but once a month we can work out, and I know we can.
Perfect. All right, man. All right. Love you. Cheers.
Happy New Year. Shoot all the fireworks off. Every one of them. Shoot them.
Yeah, baby.
But put your dog up first, please. Right. Don't